All right, guys, my name is Mandy and I'm with Scott Leroy Marketing. And today we are having our listings and landing pages classes, or class rather. And so I did go ahead and put in the chat our email address, support@scottleroymarketing.com, in case you have any questions after this class or would like additional training or tips. We are there to support you in your business. And so if you don't know how to do something or have an idea and would like to see if it's possible, be sure to email us, and we are always happy to send you some training and tips and support and help you where we can. I also put in our YouTube channel as well. The class that we're having today will be posted within about 24 hours and it will be posted there, but you can always go and check out our archives, our quick tip videos, things of that nature there on the YouTube channel. It is invaluable. I see a question already. Is this website pages too? I'm going to show you how to create landing pages today. Now, we won't necessarily be going into the pages that you can attach to your KW website. These will be standalone landing pages. So we do have a website 101 and a website 201 class, and those would be better suited typically for the pages that are going to be attached to your website. These are going to be standalones today. Okay. All right. So as you can see on your screen, this is our sign in page 2 command. Just always like to start with this to go over it super briefly. I want to show you this eyeball right here. We get a lot of questions for people not being able to log into command. A lot of them are super valid. However, right here on this eyeball, it will save you a lot of trouble most of the times because sometimes a space will get put before or after the password and it'll cause you not to be able to log in. So just wanted to make sure everybody is aware of the little eyeball right here in your sign in page for command. And so I'm going to go ahead and sign in today. First, we're going to go over marketing profile. The marketing profile is where the information feeds to your website. So today, when we're creating your landing pages, you will see a lot of information auto-populate. It's pulling from this marketing profile. So don't get frustrated if you're trying to change it when you are editing your landing pages. This is usually where the information is going to be, and it's a quick edit once you come to the marketing profile. So over here where your name appears in command, you just click that drop down menu and you'd go to settings. I'm going to let that populate for a second, let some more people join us from the waiting room. All right. So this is your integrations page. After you hit settings, over on the left-hand side, you'll see connect settings. If you give it a little click, marketing profile appears, and you just want to give that a click as well. So this is where your information populates to your website. Whether it is your website or a landing page, this is where it all comes from. It also populates out to your app. So right here on the right, use my information to brand my agent site. Always make sure that this is toggled on in green. If this is toggled off, your website, your app will default to a generic kw.com and it will not have your contact information on it at all. Okay. So we have that toggled on. That's good. So we're going to scroll down a little further. Not going to go into super detail here, folks. You're probably already very familiar with this if you're in this class. So just want to make sure you're aware that you can add your My Photo, your team logo. If you're not on a team, go ahead and stick a KW logo in there. That way you won't have any broken images posting on your website or your landing pages or any marketing for that matter. And this is just your generic agent information, affiliations, designations. You can put your bio here and then your contact information. Your broker information is listed here at the bottom, along with legal footers and your links to your socials. Okay. All right. And so you would click save if you made any changes. Just wanted to make sure you're aware that it's hidden back here in your settings if you should need it. So for today's class, we're going to go over to the left-hand side. These are your tabs right here. You'll also hear them called applets sometimes. So if you are not familiar with the icons, you can always hit that red KW and it will pop out the name for you. And we always want to go here for our website, the consumer tab right here at the bottom. So we're going to click that once. And it opens right up. Now I'm going to click on our URL for the website just to open it on another tab in case we need it in a little bit. But this is where your website is and your website pages. Like you were asking before, these are all our website pages we have tied to our website. What I mean by that is you can go to our main website URL right here And there's a drop down menu on the website. Actually, let me just show you. I'm going to click it and it's right here by this little caret. So you drop it down and you can see all the pages that are linked to our website at any time. Okay. So if I go back to our command, that's what these are right here. For today, we're going to do landing pages, which you see right here. Now I could click there and see the ones I've already created, but we're going to do a new page today. Actually, we're going to pause and I'm going to make sure you're aware of your listings tab as well. I want to cover that first just so you guys know how to have it linked. It's going to help you when creating these pages. So let's go one tab up right here to your listings. If you are not seeing your listings populate here, but you do have listings, it just means that you haven't linked your MLS usually. So I'll show you the steps here as it hesitates to load. 1 second. That's the great part of a live class. You get to see the technical glitches even when we have them. All right, here we go. Okay, so on your listings tab, it says no listings and offers to sync my MLS. Now, if you do have listings with the MLS and you are either the listing agent or co-listing agent, you absolutely highly recommend syncing your MLS right here. You could just simply click sync. We always recommend browsing by MLS number because this does pull nationally. There are so many addresses, you would be amazed how often the addresses are duplicated throughout the country. So we recommend just grabbing an MLS number. I've picked a random one for today just to show you how to walk through these steps. Barbara, I see your question of where is this? We are in on the left-hand side in command on your listings tab. Next one to the bottom, it looks like a for sale sign on an L bracket right here where my mouse is, just so you know. All right, and so browse by MLS number. I've put in my sample one today. We're going to click next, and you could pick to see which one. You can also search here. This is obviously the one that I was going for today. So I'm going to click select and hit next. Now this is where it asks you if you're primary or co-listing. If you are primary or co-listing, it is going to let you select one of those two and it'll send a verification code to your email. Once you follow the steps in that verification code email, then your MLS would be synced. So obviously I'm going to stop here today. I'm not the listing agent or the co-listing agent. I just wanted to make sure that you saw the steps here to be able to sync your MLS. Highly important. Okay. All right. And so from there, let's say you don't have any listings. So you're not going to sync your MLS. You can still use the search feature. As you see, there's my listings or search. You can definitely use the search. This is because I'm in an incognito Chrome window, guys. You'll see a pop-up right here on the top left, allow or block. You may or may not see that on your window. So don't think you're missing anything if you don't. Okay. So this is a really awesome map right here. Again, you can search by property address, MLS number, or KWLS ID. Again, highly recommend MLS number as much as you possibly can. We're going to throw that back in there. And again, it comes right up, but you also see there's some others as well. It's just a little less than what you would normally get if I put the address in. And there's some more options here to filter and to search by. You can also come down here in the map and just zoom in. If you know a particular area, you can come in here and view this. It's going to work very similar to your MLS. Okay, so you can actually use it as your one-stop shop. That's weird. I've never seen it come up with no listings in this area. So, oh, listings with that MLS number. Haha. Let's see. There we go. Aren't you glad your teacher knows what she's doing today? All right. And so you can just scroll in and then the listings will populate for you right here. And this allows you just to have a one-stop shopping command so you don't have to keep toggling back and forth to your MLS to look things up, and it's all right here. Okay. All right, that is essentially your listings tab. If you do click on your location right here, one last thing, let me show you. It'll show you your location. I'm sorry. Come on now. There we go. All right, so it is open. You can see details photos, open houses, virtual tours, and links associated with this listing from your MLS. So it's pretty robust. You're not missing anything by not having it open in your MLS essentially. And it does show you everything, even up to taxes if they're plugged in, school district information, interior features, etc. All right. Okay. That is pretty much the listings tab to its extent. So let's pop back over to your consumer tab right here at the bottom, and we're going to jump into that landing page. So I do want to let you know these landing pages that I'm going to show you to create, this is great for giving back value to your seller. Maybe you want to create a listing landing page that is exclusively for them, that branded, and you can give them that they can share with people they know. It'll also capture lead information for you. Let's say you do an open house and you want people to be able to sign in electronically. This is something you can do here, or a client appreciation event. There's just so much that you can do with these landing pages. So again, I could go to my landing pages tab here to get this started, or I can come right here to this teal action button in the top right corner to create new page. So I'm going to click this just to show you how you can get there from here instead of having to go to different tabs. And it'll give you the option, create a page on your site or create a page as a landing page. This is what we want right here for lead generation. So I'm going to choose add a landing page and create page. All right. First things first, we want to put a name on this, right? If not, it's going to be usually it's a series of numbers and letters. It actually populated as new landing page, which is a nice little update there. So for today, let's say we're going to do one to feature this listing, this test listing that we have here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the name of that up there so that I'll know. All right, on the right-hand side, you will see widgets that we can add here. Now I'm going to go through and show you which each one look like. And then at the end, we're going to finish this off configuring this for a listing landing page. That way you have at least the knowledge of how to do that one. Okay. But for right now, let me just sample these out for you and show you what they look like. You can see my 4 arrows populate as soon as I hover over each widget. And that means it's just a drag and drop, super easy. So, and just so you know, I do see questions going into the chat. That is great. I'm going to circle back after this and begin answering those for you if I can. If not, I'll get resources to you. All right. Just keep those questions coming down there if you need to. All right. And so your agent branding is right here. See the green ribbon populate? This is letting you know it's going to be put right where you have it. So this is what an agent branding looks like compared to a branded header. I'm going to drop it right below. See that green ribbon move? If I want it above, if I want it below. All right, so I'm going to put it below. Specifically want to show you the differences in these two. The branded header right here, this white one, tends to be a little sleeker, a little smaller. So this is the one we're going to go with today. I just wanted you to see them compared side by side. So that's agent branding and branded header. I'm going to go ahead and select the agent branding. You'll see the blue line all the way around it means it's selected. Just kidding. Let's do it. Do it this way. There it goes. And my little trash can is just populating at the bottom instead of the top. Usually you'll see the trash can populate right here in the top right corner, but it's down here on the bottom right for this one. So I'm just going to hit the trash can. You'll get a green ribbon saying your template was successfully updated. And we're just going to leave that branded header right there at the tippy top for today, as it is a great starter to any landing page that you create. Okay. And so next, I want to show you what the lead form looks like. I'm just going to drag and drop it over. This is where they enter information. Any contact that you give this to would enter their information here. Once you've entered the information, and we'll test this out in just a little bit, a reCAPTCHA will appear right here. Unfortunately, there's no way to remove that. That is there. But you can change what this text says. Interested, let's talk. You can change that. Say you wanted it to say open house register, or things like that, or want a private tour. Maybe that was what you would have on the bottom of a featured listing landing page. So you can change this, and I'll show you how briefly. in just a little bit. Now see, we also have the options here to move this, toggle it up, copy it, or give it a trash can. So that's what I was looking for just a minute ago. So that's there. And then we do want to keep our lead form here. I want to show you what a legal footer looks like. I'm going to drop it down at the bottom. Let's scroll down and look at it. This would have our social links on it. And it also has your branding and any legal footer information that you need to put on here. Okay. And then the next is our listing widget right here. I'm going to pop it in between our branded header and our lead form. There we go. Now you'll notice that it just defaulted to a generic listing. When we configure our widgets in the next step, that's when this will populate to be the listing you want it to be. Okay. Wow, big class today, guys. We still got people coming in the waiting room. That's awesome. All right. And so there is also the market snap. Let me just scroll up and so I can keep these dropped at the top for you to see. There is a market snap that you can do here and populate it. That's also a great way to give value back to your clients to create a market snap for them. We're going to select it and exit. I just wanted you to be able to see that you can send them information. Okay, and you can configure that to any neighborhood and it'll pull those statistics for you. So we're gonna trash can that one. And then you do have your local expert widget, which will be you. It'll be a little redundant for us here since this isn't going to be about us. And it does copy the branded header, but it does include your bio in case you wanted and a nice little action button here to download your app. So you should choose. So just going to trash can this again. That is your local expert widget right here. So we're just going to trash it. Video. We're not going to finish this off today. I'm not going to show you how to do this, but this is where you can actually add a YouTube video to your landing page. So not going to like much, obviously, because we're not finishing the configuration of that, but just know it's here. All right, hit trash can. And then you also have a testimonial capture form to grab testimonials from your clients that you can always use. There we go. Let's see if it'll ungray itself. Nope, it's gonna stay gray. So it's okay if it's not grayed out on yours. Mine does that sometimes. But you can still see headline text. You can change these. We can configure pretty much anything you see on here. And how would you rate it? This is a testimonial form that would go right into your command. And then if you have it on your website to where you have the testimonials carousel or something like that, we can get your testimonial put on that for you. So this is actually the capture form for it so they can fill them out. Gonna trash that and then download my app. This is also a great little widget just to drop on the bottom of any page because it looks so good. And they can download your app right here with this action button. Okay. So that's just a quick overview of the widgets that are offered here on landing pages. Again, for today, we're going to stick with listing feature or a listing landing page. You can see I've put our branded header still here. We have our listing widget right here. Next, if you scroll down a little bit further, see it's got a lot in that listing widget, a whole lot. And then here's our lead form at the bottom, and we had our legal footer underneath that as well. So now that we have all of our widgets posted over here on the left-hand side that we would like to use, we can go over here to the bottom right. Oh, one other thing, see the content blocks? If you click that, you can add an image or text here as well, just by drag and dropping, okay? And you can put that there. We're not gonna get into too much of that. That gets into like if you wanted to drop code from another page and iframe it in, some things like that, that's where you'd get into this. But today we're gonna stick to simple widgets and configuring them. So I'm gonna click widgets right here. And at the very bottom, you'll see we have a button to configure widgets. So I'm gonna click that. And you'll notice that it is already toggling between the widgets right here. It says that I'm on 2 of 4. So I'm actually going to click back to 1 of 4 so that you can see this is where I can come up here and edit this, our branded header. So since it is for our listing, I'm going to put the address right here, so it'll show up as a header. Everything that pulls from our marketing profile that we just saw, you can see that here. And we'll scroll down. We don't need to do too much. I'm going to click save and apply, and you'll see a live update right here in real time on your left-hand side. Okay. So again, on the top right, see the tiny little 1 of 4. I'm going to click the arrow to go to our next widget, which is our landing listing, our landing widget, listing widget on our landing page. There we go. Lots of L's. And so again, this is going to begin asking for our MLS number for that listing. So I'm going to grab it right here and click browse listings. Again, you do have search choices, property address, MLS number, or KWLS ID. You bet we want to do the MLS number. So we're going to click the MLS number here and hit search. And it comes right up here. So we're going to select that as our listing for today. And on the right-hand side, because we haven't hit save and apply, you won't see update just yet, but I can change the listing if I needed to. Let's say I grabbed the wrong one. It also pulls up images from the listing on the MLS, but you do have the option to put in a custom image if you wanted to here. We're just going to make it easy peasy and stick with the MLS listing photos. You can scroll down and just see all the ones that are there. Okay. And you can even change whichever one. See how this one has a blue box around it? Let's say you wanted the daylight photo to be the one that shows the most or shows first, largest right here. I can go ahead and click that one and put the blue line around that photo if that was the case. I actually happen to like the twilight one, so we're going to stick with the twilight one. And so that is it for that particular widget, for our listing widget. And so we are going to hit save and apply, and we'll see that real-time change over on the left-hand side here in just a second. There it is. All right, so now when you scroll down the left-hand side, you will start to see that these stats match the MLS. Okay, they're not just the generic. It actually pulls the description here as well. It has a little carousel for the photos that we'll go through, along with more and mapping. Okay, all right, so scroll back up. And over on the right-hand side, we're done with widget 2 of 4. We're going to go to widget 3 of 4. This is just your lead form page right here. Again, we can change the text. That's pretty much it that you can edit on this one. To like a private tour, or let's do schedule your private tour. Okay, and hit save and apply. You'll see again, real-time update on your left-hand page. Okay, so then the client actually knows that when they enter their information, this is what they're signing up for. We already hit save and apply. We're going to do 4 of 4 for our widgets. Hit that tiny little arrow. And this is our legal footer. These are already pulled from the marketing profile that we mentioned earlier. So nothing for us really to do here. We're just going to hit save and apply for good measure. And on the top right, you will see that we can either save the landing page as a draft, or I can go ahead and publish the page. For us today, I'm going to hit publish the page. It says, are you sure that you want to do this? We're just going to click yes and give it just a moment to publish that. All right, and it'll bring us back right here to our consumer tab within Command. Now, I want to show you a couple of things that you can still edit on this. We'll go to the landing pages tab right here. You'll see the page that we just did, and it is live. You can tell by the green toggle, it has our address. It has a URL just specifically for it. See all the numbers and letters? We can actually edit that so that it is more personalized, I guess you could say. And it shows you how many leads you've gotten from it and the date we created. See the 3 dots on the far right? We're going to click that. All right, and then we're going to choose edit, change URL, deactivate, or delete. Real quick, I want to show you, obviously the edit, you can go in and edit everything that we just did. I want to show you how to change the URL, and it comes up right here. Now, the beginning is static, so you can't change that. However, we can change this little slug right here at the back, and I already had a sample page up for this, so I'm going to have to change it just a little. Let's just do 620 Crestview and hit create. And there we go. Makes it a little shorter, a little more custom, and you can always copy that link address and just throw it up here. You could have clicked on it directly too, but just to show you what we have. And this is what our landing page looks like that we just created. I want to scroll down and show you what happens when you enter information into this lead capture form. Again, please know that you do have to enter every field. So whenever you do that, it does require a note, which you may get a little pushback from some of your clients wondering, oh, my nums lock was not on. Sorry. There we go. Um, you may get pushback from some folks not wanting to put a note. Other times, it really does show their personality as well. You'll be amazed at what people put in there. Um, and then click I am not a robot in the send button, then populate. So again, if you're hearing back from leads that, hey, I don't see a send button, it's not letting me send, it's only because the send button only populates once you verify you're not a robot. So we've done that. We're going to hit send. It didn't let us put it in because they're not a valid number. Hold on a second. Let me go grab our phone number on here. There we go. All right, and hit send. And it's going to work. There we go. This is what we're looking for right here. This green ribbon, it says, thank you. It has been submitted. Now, you get a message from someone saying, hey, I filled out your form. Hey, I want to go look at houses with you, or I want my private tour of this listing. You can come into your command over here. See this nice little red dot on your notification bell? You can click your notifications and it tells you right here, lead form notification, new lead info captured. I can actually, this is a live link right here. I can easily click it one time. It's going to immediately take me to that contact in my contacts within command. It's already inputted for me. How genius is that? So you can see over on the right-hand side that this was actually received from the 620 Crushview Drive landing page, tells you when it was received, and it also shows you their note that they put in it. And so this is where you can come, start adding the neighborhood, put them on a smart plan, anything that you would like to do from here, including, a smart plan. And so just wanted to show you how easy it is to capture lead information from these landing pages. It's pretty genius. Okay. And so that is pretty much it that I wanted to show you today on what these landing pages look like. I would love to answer your questions. So I'm going to come down here to our chat. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat down here. Let me scroll back up and see what we got. Barbara, I think I got yours. Where is this? We were under the consumer tab in the listing tab. Do you have to do this for every listing, or will it pick up after we have done it once? You would want to go and create a landing page for each one of the listing, because you do have the choice of naming it, changing the slug, what photos you wanted posted, things like that. Now, you do have featured listings on your website that is not an individual landing page that gets covered in our website 101 and website 201 class that you may want to look into more. But for this particular type of lead generation page, you are going to want to create that for each one. All the website pages that show up on your screen are not showing on my website pages. Right. So these landing pages do not show up in my account. Terry Lynn, that's 100% okay. This is just for our website, particularly since we do a lot of classes, we create a lot of demo pages. It's okay if you don't see this many pages. And let me go for everybody to be aware and on the same page. I'm going to click on consumer tab again. I believe this agent is talking about seeing all of these different pages, agent site pages that we've created. And also if I go to landing pages, all the pages listed here, it's okay if you don't see those. Those are for our particular website pages. And so that's fine. You'd see what was created for yours individually. I will tell you that we can add for you 6 different pages to your website for you to build it out a little bit more for you. So if you ever want that, you can definitely reach out to us, send us a message. And we can do that for you. Things like the mortgage calculator, and what's my home worth, great school search widget, testimonial capture, those types of things. Send us an email and we'll be happy to add those to your website for you. Um, and we can do that. And that way you'll see a few more pages there for your website. All right. And on the branded header, can you make the phone number darker text? It is not readable in light gray. Unfortunately, no. You do have, I wonder if it changes with your, I'll show you what I'm thinking about. So no, there's not a way to configure it in the widget when you're there building that landing page. And I'm thinking about right here on site and app settings. If you click this, it gives you some more things to edit, and one is theme. And so I can click theme right here. There's only two options, red and dark. And you'll see it's just a matter of red and dark here. I seriously don't think this affects the actual color of that particular phone number, but you can go ahead and toggle between these two just to see if you prefer one over the other, and see if that makes any difference for you. It also, you got to think too, that comes with your brightness settings on your screen, your particular screen as well. So that might have something to do with it. Maybe it wouldn't look that way on a mobile, maybe. So you might want to try that on a couple of different devices just to see if possibly it's the one that you're looking at. Okay. Next, Miss Beverly, let's see. For agents to leave their information instead of in the notes. Um, we can't change the fields. So let me go and show everybody what we're talking about here. So going back to our landing page for our lead form widget right here, we can't change the fields that are here, unfortunately, but I think it would be a great thing if you were having agents fill this in. Like at open houses and things like that. I used to do realtor open houses a ton. That was one of the main staples in my business when I was in real estate. I absolutely loved doing realtor open houses because I was building long-term relationships with those realtors, and it wasn't just about that one listing, it was about multiple, right? So I always love to cater to fellow realtors. And so that would be a great thing to have realtors put in their information here. You would just have them leave it as a note. And you would just want to remind yourself, if you, once they put in their information and you were able to go back to that contact in command, it would be a great idea to add a tag. Whatever they put in the note, just add a tag. You could add a tag for their brokerage. You could add a tag for realtor. You can add a tag for open house, or whatever you would choose to do at that time. But yeah, that's a good question, but we can't edit those fields. All right. Yeah, more information on this. As I hear you, Terry Lynn, that gray, that light gray can be difficult, but I would definitely recommend checking the settings on your screen, and then also maybe another device that wouldn't be so faint. How do we download our personal app? Casina, that's a great question. You can, if I click back over here to command, click on my consumer tab on the left, we're going to go to site app settings and URLs right here. I'll give it just a second to finish loading. There we go. So this is your subdomain for your website. This is your app URL. Now, while it is static and you can't change it, you can hit copy. I'm just bring it on up here to a page, paste it up there. And this is like a little landing page for your KW app. Now, you would normally see your little icon here with your name and have it branded for you. Since we don't have an app because we're not a KW agent, it's going to look a little different on your screen, but this is where someone can go to if they have an Android or an Apple, to download that app. Fun fact, that little code right here, the app URL, you can go and make a QR code out of it and have it added to any of your marketing as well. All right. Oh, thank you, Andre. Love this class, and we love you too. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Any more questions? How is a landing page once saved advertised? It is advertised wherever you want it to be advertised. This is a separate landing page, so they wouldn't get it from where you have put your particular website. It is just solely a standalone page. So it's wherever you want to put it out there too. Again, if you're trying to add value back to a client, you definitely want to put it there. Maybe you would want to do even a paid ad and put that out through your campaigns. Just know, actually, you wouldn't even need a landing page to do that. Now that I'm saying that, because in your campaigns and your paid ads, it'll create all of this for you. You don't actually have to create a landing page to be able to send that out. So it is just where you want to use it for your purposes. Maybe want to throw it in an email campaign would be more likely, just to go ahead and send it out to your contacts. Let's say you, instead of a listing, you did it for a client appreciation event. And it was to advertise when, where, and how, and what, and to have people RSVP for that, so you'll know how many people are going to come. So you would want to take this landing page link and you would put it in an email campaign and send it out to your previous clients and current clients. So maybe you did it that way. Okay. Let me know if that answered your question or not. All right. Mr. Kyle, can you set an automated tag attached to leads that come in from these forms to trigger smart plans? Oh, you're genius, Kyle. What a great idea. So yes, no, and maybe. So here's why. So when the contact comes in from from the lead form, right, it's automatically going to be marked as a lead within your contacts. So depending on how you have set up your email lists within your smart plans or your campaigns, that is going to be how you determine if they can automatically trigger a smart plan. And I feel like I'm being super vague because I don't want to overcomplicate it. But basically why I'm hesitating is smart plans are generally where you add someone in manually, or if they've already added to a list. So I feel like you would still have to come to command. I'm going to go over here and grab my little notification so you can go right back to that lead. You would come to this lead and you would need to tag them somehow or put them on an email list at some point in order to get them on that smart plan. You would need to set that smart plan up manually, actually. The more I'm thinking this through, because the only way that you can do that is if it's campaigns. I was getting campaigns stuck in my head instead of smart plans. So let me correct myself. That was a whole lot of saying just to say smart plans manually add, campaigns, you can get them added to a list and it'll get them thrown on there pretty quickly. Terry Lynn, thank you for telling everybody happy Tuesday. Yes, Karen, that was for adding the MLS. How can we add a note to instruct them to add a number in the notes? You would just have to tell them. Unfortunately, on that, the lead form part right here, again, it is not editable. So aside from it saying leave note, there's no way to edit that, unfortunately. So that is what it is. All right. And remember, you do have their number here, so their phone number here, instead of adding the number in the notes. So maybe that would help. All right. Okay, it looks like a couple of you guys were answering each other's questions, so I'm just going to skip down. Terry Lynn, you said, where can we get those? Can you only have 6? Oh, the pages that we can add. Hold on a second, let me go. Oh, I didn't want to take that down for you. Give me just a second and I'll get you a list. One quick minute. And you would just email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. And the 6 options for pages to be added is what's my home worth? Number 1. Number 2, download my app. Number 3 is free mortgage calculator. A testimonial capture form, great school search widget, and Kelly covered Kelly mortgage. I'm going to drop this in the chat here for you guys. Let me put that to everyone. There you go. All right. And so there you go. And you can just email us and ask us which ones you want. Okay. All right. Going to scroll back up to see where we were. How do I download my personal app? Casina, I think I got you on that one. Yes, you can. Oh, Beverly, you already used this for open house. That's genius. I wish I had done that again when ancient years ago when I was in business, I would have to do it manually. It was paper. You'd have them fill out paper. I'd put it in my cell phone and you have to come back and add it into Command. So it definitely is a time saver that way. Right. But okay, so Terry Lynn, you're saying, right, but this is a concern as consumer will not try to figure out what the text says. Um, if you're talking about the text again on the lead form, hopefully people are pretty familiar and it would show up. And if not, um, I don't know about you guys, but I'd put a dash, I'd put a space, I'd put whatever I need to, right? We're used to technology at this point and it keeping us from being able to finish. I will point out, since I've got it here on my screen, see this verification expired and little red text that came up for that reCAPTCHA. Just hit refresh on your landing page if that ever comes up. It just means it timed out and it needs a new one. All right. Is it possible to link the notification bell on the command page to send messages to my text or email? Great question. Some things, and it's not a specific answer. Again, remember, command is very robust, but it is still being built by realtors for realtors, right? And so right now, there's ways to get certain notifications to your phone and also to your email versus just a notification bell. But for the majority, specifically leads at this point, it's going to be a notification bell in your command. And if you have any more questions about that specifically and what kind of notifications you get, you can shoot us an email and we can go into the detail about that for you. Where do you see the landing page on the website? Lachelle, great question. So since this is a standalone landing page, it's not linked on the website. So if I click on, let me go back to our website here, scroll up, you'll have a drop-down menu on your website, right? These are the pages that are on our website, linked to the website, embedded on the website, however you'd like to say it, right? Those are the ones that you can get to from going to the main website. A standalone landing page has a separate URL. It will not be found in the drop-down menu on the website at all. And so this is just for you specifically to give value back to your clients or to help aid you with an event or like an open house and things like that. So it's not tied to your website. If it helps to think of it this way, things on your website are going to outlive a single listing or a single event, if that helps. So these are going to be things that are always on your website, don't necessarily need to come back and maintained every time you have a listing. But a landing page is going to be something specific marketing wise that you're going to do for the life of that particular listing or the life of that particular event. So you would be creating them or deleting them, things like that more often. I hope that helps a little bit to distinguish between. Oh, thank you, Terry Lynn. I appreciate you saying that. You're welcome, Casina. And can you unpublish a page? Fabulous question. Yes, let's go back over to command, go to consumer, our consumer tab right here. And if you wanted, we're on agent site pages, you still have the three dots over here on the right. You can click them and delete at any time. Okay. All right. And so then you can go to landing pages since that's what we're studying today and click the three dots as well. And you can deactivate a landing page right here. So that is where you would quote unquote unpublish and you can republish it too. Where do you apply QR code? Are you asking how to create a QR code or where you would paste it like once you have it? Because if you had it, you could do, I'm not sure if you remember, but if you watch this class back, you'll see where I was showing you the text box or the image box that we didn't really get into. You can drop a text box on here or an image box, iframe a website, put in a QR code, things like that onto your landing pages for sure. And if you're looking on how to create a QR code, you can always go, let me go grab mine. We do QR generator and I'll drop the link in the chat as well for where we just happen to go to do our QR code generator. There we go. It's just a free web-based. Okay. Scroll back up to where we were. Can you add a tag to an incoming lead? Kyle, you have really advanced good questions, and I hesitate to answer. No, I'm just kidding. All right. And so, yes, you can add a tag once it has income to you. So going back to our little notification bell, let's go to this lead. So now that it is here and it's already in your command, as it populates, it does have in the activity the landing page it came from. But if you want to add the tag, you can click your pencil and come down here and add, let's say 620 Crestview. For some reason, I would want to remember that that person was interested, and I don't have a tag with that name, so I can create a custom tag, change the color. I can even add more information, but that's it for today. And I'm going to hit add, and I added that tag right there and hit save. You'll see it refresh in the background, and I've added that particular tag here. So you can add a tag to an incoming lead, yes, but there's nothing I can do to alter this landing page to make any lead coming in from that particular landing page to automatically have a tag assigned. Not yet, anyway, let me say that. Kyle, they're always working on great ideas. So you might want to pop those in over here on this question mark right here. It says post an idea. Some of the things that you're thinking about that would make this even more robust CRM. You might want to post an idea right here because you've got some good ones that would really help, especially if you're doing a high volume. All right, Lachelle, does the market update automatically update every day? Good question. That feeds directly off of the MLS information. And so this should be a live link that does update and does change. It's not static. So that is a live feed that comes through just like your IDX search feed is on your website. So when we go to our website here, and you have the search where people can search for properties, this is not static, right? It's going to be live because it's fed through from your IDX, from your MLS. So the market information does update when you, and I'm assuming you're talking about your market snap. Lachelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but your market snap widget will change with the MLS stats that change as it feeds in. How does the tag happen? I think I just covered that, Christy. So let me know if you still have questions about the tag. I just showed that. So I'm thinking I covered it right after you posted that. Is this recorded so we can view it again? Absolutely. This will be posted within 24 hours on our YouTube channel. And you can already go there and see our archives as well. So we teach this at least once a month. So you've got some archives there. Just make sure when you do the keyword search on our YouTube page that you actually kind of scroll down, because we've had our YouTube page now for quite some time. And so sometimes the first class that populates isn't because it's the newest, it's because the ones that has the most hits. So it's usually our older classes. So if you just scroll down just a little, you can see how old they are. You'll see the 1 month, 2 month, 8 month old. And you can grab one of the newer ones just because you know how the technology has changed. Our more recent classes are going to be the better ones to check out. Can you guys put my contacts from iPhone onto Command or tell you how to do it? We absolutely can tell you how to do that. If you'll shoot us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com, we can do one of two things for you. First, we do show you how to get them off of your phone easily and into a file. And so you can do that. Once you do that and you have your contacts in a file, and you'll always hear us say a .csv file, guys, that's just an Excel file. It's comma separated value. It's just a fancy way of saying a different type of Excel file. And that's just the cleanest way, and that's the way that Command prefers the import to go. We can convert some files, but it has to be editable. So just to make it simple, just send it to us in an Excel file, your contact information, and from there we can help you reformat and import it into Command. Or if you prefer, we can tell you how to do it yourself, and we have some quick tip videos to show you how to do that as well. So we can definitely do that. Christine, I am new to KW. I wanted to know, do you offer one-on-one sessions for learning Command? Great questions. It depends on the package for your market center. So some market centers do have packages with us where we can do one-on-one Zoom meetings for 30 minutes or less, and things like that. Some of them have phone support as well. So it really depends on your market center. You can ask your local market center staff there for what they have. Generally, they have somebody on staff that can probably go over with you as well, or a tech trainer there on site, or their package included with us will allow us to do that one-on-one. We do also offer command overview classes. They're generally on Mondays. Highly recommend you jump in on that as well. And it gives you a great overview of command. And again, we're always here. So if you have questions going through command, want to know if it'll do this, where would you find that? Those kind of questions, just reach out to us. Those are easy questions for us. We'd love to send you some tips and training on that. And we can help you if you can't get it to work too. So can you show how we do a landing page for news or informative content? So great question. I would assume you are iframing from another website. Let's say you had a blog or a news informative content somewhere else on another page. You can do that. I'll jump real quick into our consumer tab. Let's go to create a new page. Choose a landing page, create. Pretend we named it. And over here on the right-hand side, you'll see content blocks. So you can choose text and drop it right here. And you can actually iframe another website, drop the code right here, and it would populate here. I don't even have a website that I could, well, I've got the mortgage calculator. Let me just show you this real quick. It's going to be a calculator and not an informative news site, but I can kind of show you what I mean. The mortgagecalculator.org already has it set for widgets right here. So I can do full page calculator for widget. It already generates a code for me. I can copy it, come right over here and drop it in. Actually, I didn't take out that insert text. Drop it in right here. Click off. Come on and work. It's not going to work because I'm trying this live. All right. But anyway, you can drop your text here. I don't know if you're familiar with iframing, but this is something we can help you do. We have, I'm looking for my iframe link. I'll throw it in the chat for you as well. But you can take from another website and iframe it and stick it here. iframegenerator.com. A lot of people do this with CMA. They'll have a different website or something that they have a CMA from that's on a website, and you can take it. Whoops, I just sent that to Andre. Sorry about that. Here's to everyone. Okay. And you can take your CMA and you would take that website, you would go to iframegenerator.com. You would plug your URL right here and hit preview, and that will, oh, and one other thing too, you want this to be at 100%. And so we do 100 to 100 and change that to %. And we do 100. And this is just to make sure that it fills up the entire page. We always add a scroll bar so nothing is closed off or cut off. You stick your website right here. Let me just see if it would even work. I'm just going to throw this in here and hit preview. The preview is okay, it's showing T90, right? The benefit, the only thing you're looking for is to make sure it's not a broken image. It's not a broken image, so it's working. Even though it's T90, just know this is a preview. I can halfway see what's on that landing page, right? So that's all I need to know that it's working. I'm going to close that preview and hit generate. So here's my code. I'm going to copy it. That's my iframe, okay? So we're going to go back. There we are, to the landing page that we were creating, okay? It's not going to let me do it. You need to put your code in here, cross your fingers and hold your mouth just right. It's not going to let me do it. All right, well, let's pretend that worked like magic. and that you guys got to see it, okay? So just know I'm gonna just ignore my screen as I go through the steps again. I'm just gonna see if it's gonna let me do it. Um, just to see, but you would be able to add that there. So if it's content from somewhere else that you're doing, let me drop a widget. That's usually what keeps us from working. I'm going to drop my branded header at the top. Hopefully it's going to work. It might not. But anyway, so that's how you would do it. And just let us know if you're having any issues. I don't know why it's being so stubborn today, but it's being stubborn today. That's normally what our page would look like, and it would pull everything up just right. But today it's not. So, and it's probably because I'm using another landing page instead of a typical website to throw it into. But like magic, yours will work. I believe in you. So just use your iframe generator or let us know and we can do that for you. All right. So you can do informative information as long as the iframe will work. Some websites have their privacy set to where it won't let you iframe, so just know that. But as long as they'll let their privacy be to where we can iframe it for you, it will work. What is the YouTube channel name? I will grab that again and put it in here for you. It's at the very tip top. Actually, if you weren't in here, you wouldn't see that. So let me go back and paste it. Here is our YouTube link, our YouTube channel right there at the bottom. For the website, does KW create it for us, or is that the responsibility of the agent? So great question. So when you are onboarded with your new market center, when you're onboarded, part of what we do for you is we will launch a website and add your 4 basic pages for you, like about us, contact us, that kind of thing, your main site as well. You will get that basic right out of the gate for each one of you. If you are, let's say you're more established, more seasoned agent, and you've been here prior to Command like myself, if you've never gone through having your market profile filled out and then a website created, you can always reach out to us and ask us to do that for you. We'll send you a tiny little form to fill out and we can do that for you and make sure we get that URL set up to something that you would like and build out those web pages for you. So there's something called an existing agent questionnaire that you can also do as well. Let's say again, you are pre-Command. There's a lot of technology that KW has added since then. And so we can make sure that you've got like a Homekeeper account set up, a MailChimp account set up, things like that for you. So if you need any of that, you can let us know. All right. I think that's it for the questions, guys. Unless anybody's got anything else, that is going to wrap our class for today. You guys have been great. Thank you for all the questions and the challenges. I got myself a pop quiz today. But yeah, if you need anything, please reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. And we'll be happy to help you guys. We are here to support you in your business for sure. So just reach out. It's good for us to be able to help you. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the recording.